Hey there, Steve Gamache here with another Chef Knives to Go quick look product review, and this time we are looking at the Shibata Kotetsu R2 Petty 150mm knife. So this line of knives has a core steel of R2, I didn't put the PM, but powdered metallurgy, full stainless steel. This steel has excellent edge retention, it's fine grained, it's reasonably decent to sharpen, but it has, like I said, really good edge retention. The heat treat's around 62, 63 Rockwell on that core steel. The construction is softer stainless steel on either side of that core steel for cladding, so it's a three-layer sandwich kind of design. It's really hard to see the core steel cladding delineation. I'll have to try to see if I can show it to you close up, but it's a little tricky to see. It's very light. It's not a hard delineation. It's hard to find actually, even just looking at it right now. But anyway, so these knives, given the construction, are actually pretty stiff for their thinness of the blade. The weight on these and dimensions are going to be pretty consistent. This one's 73 grams or 2.6 ounces, 147 millimeters on the edge, 5.8 inches, 10.8 inches in the overall length, 31.1 millimeters for the height at the back of the heel, and then about 2 millimeters just all the way down the spine. So 2 millimeters all the way down. You hit that corner on the reverse sword tip on this style of knife, and you can see it thins out towards the tip. These get really thin at the edge. You can see how thin that tip is, and we'll get a choil shot here. It's also very thin at the edge. So these are very high performance knives. The handle is octagonal rosewood with a black packerwood ferrule. Nice fit and finish on the handle. Nice tang, tight tang install here that goes into the handle. Circumference about 65 millimeters where the ferrule meets the wood, about 2.6 inches. And there's a little curve here for your finger in the choil and into the neck. And let's see, balance point. It's a pretty light blade, so, and the handle's a little bit denser than a hoe wood, so there's your balance point. Let's get a close-up look at these. They've got an interesting finish. You can read about it on the site, but the finish that they put on these is specifically done to help kind of food release a little bit, so it's not too shiny. It's kind of a neat combination of some, I should say, some, not too sticky kind of finish on it, but yet it's got a little bit of polish at the same time. So trying to make it so it doesn't grip onto food quite so bad. And you've got a little bit of thickness to the spine, so you can kind of see as I go the light here, you've got some convex grind all the way down to the edge, so this helps your food release quite a bit, as well as a little bit of food separation. So it doesn't have the food stickiness that some blades of this style do. It does work. So it's a good combination of the grind along with that finish. So there's some kanji on here. These are not actually chiseled. They're done with a small instrument. These are so thin, they tried doing chiseling, but it started moving into the core steel. So they decided to do this a different way. It still looks very nice. It's very crisp, but it's done with a machine, some kind of etching machine of some kind, to preserve the integrity of the blade. But neat look to it. Very, very sharp out of the box. Full on 7 out of 10. So that's the left side of the blade as you would hold it. Here's the right side of the blade. I don't know if you can pick this up. There's a line there. Let's see what my camera will do for me. A little bit of a line there showing the core steel right there. It's really faint though, it's hard to see, but it's a neat finish on these. They've polished the spine really nicely and rounded it off. Polished the choil really well, rounded that off. So super comfortable out of the box. Nimble, as I said, fairly stiff. So let's look at it on the cutting board. Pretty good board clearance, low, pretty flat profile overall, which is their general characteristic. Great for chopping. You're not going to get high on a rock. That's not what this knife is about. You can see how low that tip is. But great rocker, push-pull cuts, that kind of stuff. Neat blade. So thin, real high performance, all stainless. These are just nice. So here we have the Shibata Kotetsu R2 Petty 150mm knife.